Lost years. Woody, a tall, scrawny man with a slight beer belly, walks into the corner ground coffee mill with a rather pudgy woman in her 50s. Woody and Mary both have on weather jackets, yet Mary has a huge 22-carat wedding ring on her hand. As Woody grabs the old bronze handle of the shop's large wooden door, he pauses to look at the den, which he caused many years ago while out drinking with his friends. The shop has stood for many years and has seen its fair share of customers, and it has the scars to prove it. The old wood varnish is scratched all off the counter, while the ceiling is littered with dollar bills. The coffee shop has seen its fair share of customers, including Woody and Mary, regulars who have never been able to completely fix their marriage. Woody, is there anything interesting in there? Robbery on 3rd, murder on 10th, and seems the old grain mill is being torn down next week. Oh, that old grain mill has been there forever. How could they ever think about tearing that thing down? It's just an eyesore. It should have been torn down a long time ago. It's a piece of history. It looks so beautiful. Mary, the sides are falling off, and the grain chute is... never mind. With that, Mary goes back to twirling her spoon inside her cup, while Woody continues to read his paper, until Mary breaks the silence. Oh my! What an interesting sport coat! It looks as if he bought it in someplace in Africa. Oh, Africa. What a great place that would be to visit one day. Don't you agree, Woody? Mm-hmm. We could go on a safari, explore all the wildlife. It would be so much fun. Mm-hmm. We could go there this summer. Sure thing, hon. Then you could buy me a diamond ring. Mm-hmm. Woody! What's the matter, dear? You're not paying attention to me again. I was paying attention. Well then, what was I talking about? Well, you wanted to go and buy a sport coat from some store or something. Woody! We don't do anything anymore. We don't even pay attention to each other. We do plenty together. We're at a coffee shop. This doesn't count. We'll always come here, and our conversations have gone stale. How could we be like this? How could we be out of things to talk about? I remember when we first met, we used to make fun of people like us. Those old people in the restaurants who were so bored with each other they could barely look at each other. What happened to us, Woody? Nothing. We just grew up. That isn't even close to an answer. We never used to be like this. Growing up doesn't make people boring. It should make them more interesting. It seems like Cabela's have another fishing sale. I might be able to get my new reel that I've needed. Woody! Oh yes, sorry dear, but hon, you have to realize, we just grew up. After a while, there is nothing left to talk about. Why don't we talk about your new red sport coat you're wearing? It looks marvelous on you. Almost looks as if you dropped 10 pounds. Now, hun, that's flattering. But will you let me please read my newspaper in peace? Why don't you find something interesting to read? There's always something to read about. Maybe I don't want to read. Maybe I want to talk to my husband, who I've lost all connection with. Now, dear, that is not true. If it was true, why will he never commit to seeing a therapist? A therapist? What good do they do, except waste our time and money? I have better things to do. Obviously not exercising. Now, Mary, I told you, once they build that new gym next door to here, I'll get a membership and join. But for now, all that construction on the street just gives me a headache. Do you honestly think I would be able to have an effective workout with it? There's always excuses with you. I'll start with New Year's. I'll start after I get a raise. The next one is going to be when you are too fat to fit in the booth. But then again, you'll probably just walk up to the bar stool at the counter until one of those wooden chairs break. Well, hun, do you really want to see me exercise? Yes, please. Well, here you go. With that, Woody got up from the table, leaving Mary shattered at the table, in pain, because she had lost the man she had given everything up to be with. And because she knows that Woody's cholesterol will soon be taking him down. Mary just sat, waited, and looked at the old runner's posters on the wall in hopes for a solution.